တရားပြောလို့ရတယ် So I am very glad and appreciates all of you because I have chance to come to beautiful and peaceful country, and also because I have chance to give the Dhamma gifts, because our Buddhas saying in the Dhammapada, Sabba Dhanan, Dhamma Dhanan, Jinati, that is, among the gifts, Dhamma gift is the excellent and so highest. Sabba Ratin, Dhamma Rati, Jinati, among the delightful things, Dhamma is the most highest and excellent, delightful things. Sabba Rasan, Dhamma Raso Jinati, among the tastes also, the taste of the Dhamma is excellent and highest. So, Tendakayo Sabba Dokhan Jinati, the destructions of the craving is overcomes all sufferings. Because according to our Buddha sayings, I have chance to give the opportunity to give the Dhamma gift to you, brother and sister in the Dhamma of the Australia. Because past like we have the relationships, so we have meditated together in the past. So as if relatives, I have chance to give the Dhamma gift, the highest and excellent gift to you. So that also initially I would like to introduce this mindfulness of breathing, the Dhamma meditations. I have explained to you how to practice mindfulness of breathing basically, because Anapana meditation is the 6 steps you must learn step by step. So now I have explained to you counting method without counting, just labeling or noting or naming in and out breath. Later on, without labeling, without naming, just knowing in and out breath. After practicing these 3 steps, next step is you must practice knowing the long and short breath. That also, according to our Buddha teachings in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Digawa Assa Sando, Diga Assa Samiti Pajanadi, Digawa Passa Sando, Diga Passa Samiti Pajanadi, Rasanwa Assa Sando, Rasan Assa Samiti Pajanadi, Rasanwa Passa Sando, Rasan Passa Samiti Pajanadi. The brief explanation is, translation is, while you are breathing in, long breath, trying to know the long breath in. When you're breathing out in the long breath, so trying to know the breathing out of the long breath. When you're breathing in the short breath, trying to know the in the short breath in. When you're breathing out in the short breath, trying to know the short breath of the out. That also should not breathing intentionally, purposely to be long or to be short. Naturally only breathing, but sometimes if you breathing naturally also, sometimes you breathe deep and the long breath, and sometimes you breathing the short and the slight breath. At the time, trying to know this long and short breath, that is look like the simile of the baby cradle. When you swing, you notice the swing of the long leg and the short leg. So it doesn't follow the movement of the swing of the cradle, just know the long and short length. In the same way, you must know the long and short breath. After knowing the long and short breath, next step is knowing the whole breath method. That also according to our Buddha teaching, Sabba Kaya Parisamvedi, Asa Seksamiti Sekati, Sabba Kaya Parisamvedi, Passa Seksamiti Sekati. Here, Sabba Kaya means know the whole body. You must know the whole breath. So that is, you must put your attention at the touching point or at the obvious point and try to know the stop breathing to the stop breathing in and stop breathing out to the stop breathing out. That also don't follow with the in-breath, don't follow with the out-breath. At the one point, at the same point, you must know the whole breath from beginning to end, beginning to end. If you know the whole breath, because of your mindfulness is always on the breath end, you will get the continuous concentration and you can control your mind not to wander. This method is very useful to control the wandering mind and to get the continuous concentrations. The next step is subtle breath. Subtle breath is when your mind is karma and karma. Because of our body nature, later on, slowly and slowly, the breath becomes very, very subtle, so fine, so delicate, so gentle, and at the time also try to know the subtle breath. Later on, your mind calm on the subtle breath. At the time, because of your mind calm on the breath and your mind also less distraction, you can abide very peacefully. Your body is straight and still and stable. Sometimes you will get the floating sensation also. Later on, if your mind is karma and karma, or when your mind is free from the defilements, you will see the light. That also later on, when this light appear, because now I would like to explain the 6 difficulties. What are the 6 difficulties means? The first one is bodily pain. When you meditate, because your body is not used to this, so sitting meditation, long period, long time, you will get the numbs or pain or hurt or inconvenient feeling. That also, you should not disappoint because of pain or inconvenient feeling. Later on, your body is used to this sitting meditation. You may not bother that this pain feeling, that is look like that. So if we do the hard work or exercise or jogging or initially, our body is not used to this hard work. Your body is aching or pain, sometimes 2 or 3 days. But if you do regularly, so do you feel pain? You don't feel. You can do hard work or jogging or playing or exercise. In the same way, meditation also, if you meditate regularly, day by day, you may not bother in this pain feeling and you can overcome this pain feeling also. Another one also, when you meditate, that meditation is, that mind is called Mahakusala Chitta, great wholesome consciousness. When you are concentrating on the breath, which type of consciousness arising is, according to the Abhidhamma point of view, according to our Buddha Abhidhamma teachings, so Mahakusala Chitta, great wholesome consciousness is arising. In this great wholesome consciousness, the jhana mind moment, there are one consciousness and 33 mental factors are arising. Among the 33 also, there are 19 beautiful mental factors. What are the 90 beautiful mental factors is Kaya Pasati, Chitta Pasati, bodily and mentally tranquilities. Kaya Lahuta, Chitta Lahuta, so bodily and mentally lightness. Kaya Mudutta, Chitta Mudutta. That is bodily and mentally weirdliness. And also Kaya Kaminyata, Chitta Kaminyata, bodily and mentally malleabilities. And Kaya Pagunyata, Chitta Pagunyata, bodily and mentally proficiency. And Kayu Jukata, Chitu Jukata, bodily and mentally righteousness. And feeling also happiness. also rapture also including. Because of this beautiful mental factors, energy are affected that your body and your pain feeling also will disappear. You can abide also peacefully. And also, because of this positive energy also, some minor illness or some disease also, it can cure or it can heal also. Because of that, if you are bodily pain also, don't disappoint, should not disappoint. Another one also, according to the Abhidhamma point of view, the mind nature, one mind movement, one thought process can take the one object only. Because of the mind is so fast, we think we know all the objects simultaneously. Now you are seeing my image and you are hearing my sound. Also you feel that your body sensations. Really, this thought process are, according to the Abhidhamma point of view, one after another only rising, not simultaneously. Because of that, if you concentrate well on the breath, your mind is successively noting on the breath again and again, slowly and slowly. Body consciousness is not rising. Therefore, some meditators, they think, oh, my whole body disappear. Really, the body is not whole disappear. Because of body consciousness not rising only, because of you don't feel the body sensation, look like your body is disappear. Because of that, if you are concentrating well, the pain slowly and slowly, you can overcome the pain feeling and you can abide peacefully. You will get the taste of the enjoyment of the meditations. Because of that, so the first, not the difficulties, pain feeling, slowly and slowly you will overcome. The second one is the distractions. Because of our mind nature, wandering and distract a lot. That also, don't disappoint, don't bother. Now I have introduced to you counting method. If you count again and again, slowly and slowly, you can overcome this distraction. Another one is, just now I explained to you, noting the whole breath method. Try to know that from beginning to end. Really, this method is a little bit difficult than the other methods. But after used to this meditation method, if you are clever and skillful at this method, later on, you can control your wandering mind and so you will not develop that good concentration. This counting method and noting the whole breath method is very useful. After that, so that difficulty is sloth and torpor, the tina mida, or sleeping mind, or no, that is the not sleep. That is English translation is sloth and torpor or sleeping mind, no, sleeping. That also meditator is not trying to get enough sleeping, or should not sit after meals, because if you meditate in your homes after meals, or if you do not get enough sleeping, or sometimes because of physically and mentally tired, you will not sleepy. But if you get enough sleeping, trying to refresh your mind, and after getting good concentration, slowly and slowly, you can overcome this sloth and torpor, sleeping. And the third one is the fourth one is seeing the many images. Sometimes when you meditate, close your eye and concentrate on the breath, you will see the many mental images, the friends or relatives or departed family member and friends, or very beautiful, the serene, or sometimes very ugly forms, or sometimes ugly unseen beings, or that also don't bother, don't pay attention, don't attract, don't consider, and pay attention on the breath. Later on, you are concentrating mind is successively on the breath again and again, slowly and slowly. These images will disappear and you will see the white screen or white light or very bright light, or because of that. So in the moment when you meditate, if you see the many images, don't bother, don't pay attention on the breath, these images automatically will disappear. The fifth one is And so the voice, the noise, sometimes because of the noise, so your concentration, mind may be lost. Really, Australia is very calm and peace, not like our Myanmar country, because our Burmese are enjoying the loudspeaker. Because of our country is very noisy, but Australia is very peace and very calm, and so because of that, I think that is not disturb for your mind. That also sometimes in the meditation hall, if you meditate the group meditation together, sometimes sneezing or coughing or someone open the door or that also should not disappoint. So I have already told you our Abhidhamma point of view, our Buddha saying, one mind moment, one thought process can take one object only. When your mind successively noting on the breath, so because of your mind is noting on the breath, so the thought process, thought process may not arising. If arise also, following mind thought process may not arising. Following mind thought process means sometimes if you hear the sound, you think, oh, why he make this sound? I'm so angry. They don't understand why they make this sound. So like that thinking mind is called the following mind through thought process. So if you are concentrating on the breath, your mind sink in the breath, so you may not hear the sound because of not arising there, ear consciousness, and because of not arising there. So following mind thought process, you may not disturb the loud voice. The sixth one is lost the breath. So lost the breath is after concentrating well on the breath, slowly and slowly, the breath is finer and finer, subtle and subtle. Because of that, sometimes you can't find your breath. Sometimes also because of you can't find your breath, or because of the breath is so subtle. So sometimes meditator feel the inconvenient feeling, and because of afraid, he or she stopped. Oh, I may die. Really should not afraid. When the breath lost, or when the breath is so subtle, or if you feel inconvenient feeling, so sometimes also my teacher say the joke because of so some meditator they lost the breath, and because of so subtle they feel so sophisticated and inconvenient feeling, and they stop because of they may die. They stop their meditation. At that time, my teacher said, should not afraid, so and should not fear the breath is stopped and lost the breath. Also, if you die in the moment also because of meditating, you are not mind is the wholesome mind. Surely you will reborn the heavens or celestial realms. So because of that, if you lost the breath or because of so subtle also, don't afraid. Really, that is our body nature. What is our body nature is? Our body is, if we do hard work or sport or running or jogging, our body needs the energy, oxygen. Because of that, sometimes if we do not get enough nostril breathing, we use the mouth breathing also. But now you are meditating, also you are not using the sitting posture, the mind also very calm. Because of that reasons, our body doesn't need the energy, because it doesn't need the oxygen. Therefore, slowly and slowly, the breath becomes very, very subtle, so delicate, so gentle. At the time also, try to know the subtle breath. And sometimes, if you can't find your breath also, just wait at the tip of the nostril. And you should review and reflect, because in the Visuddhimagga mentions, there are 7 persons are no more breath. What are the 7 persons? That is, a fetus inside the mother wombs, that also no more breath. And so unconscious person also no more breath. And also a man drawn in the water also no more breath. And also the death body also, no more breath. A meditator attain the fourth jhana also. A meditator is attaining the fourth jhana also, no more breath. And a meditator who are the anagami, non-ratana and arhata, when they enter the niyora samapatti, attainment of sensation also, at the time, no more breath, and the Brahma, the beings of the Brahma, in the Brahma realm also, no more breath. I am not including these seven persons because of the lack of my mindfulness. I can't find the breath. So therefore, you should put great mindfulness on the breath. You will find your breath also. Another one is, in the Visuddhimagga mentioned one simile. That simile is a farmer, the plowman assembled. A farmer, when he plowed in his paddy field with his oxen, later on, he also tired. Oxen are also tired. At the time, he freed his oxen into the jungle, and he also taking rest at the foot of the tree. Later on, when he like to start his work, he doesn't look for his oxen into the jungle. He go straightly to the ponds, because that lake is every day. This oxen come and drink the waters. Because of that, the farmer straightly go to the pond, and at the time, he find his oxen and he catch his oxen and he start his work again. In the same way, if we lost our breath also, no need to look for anywhere. We are breathing the whole life. Where we are breathing? At the nostril only. Because of that, if you lost your breath also, no need to look for anywhere. Just put mindfully at the nostril. Later on, you will find very, very subtle breath. And if you concentrate on the subtle breath, later on, your mind sink or dip, step fast in the subtle breath, and you can bite very peacefully, and body is straight and stable, and so later on, you can develop your concentration. These are the 6 difficulties I explained briefly only. Another one is Anapana meditation is, and that is the 3 signs. That is preliminary signs, learning sign, and the counterpart sign. Preliminary sign is you are in and out breath. That is called the parikama nimitta. Meditator must develop the concentration on the parikama nimitta. That is the learning sign of, the preliminary sign of in and out breath. If you concentrate this preliminary sign of in and out breath, slowly and slowly, the concentration is better and better. So you will see that something, the light, look like the cloud, or look like the cotton wool, or look like the flashlight, or look like the lightning, or so this is called the learning sign. Why this learning sign appear also later on I will explain, or next week also. After that, so meditator continue to concentrate on the breath, the preliminary sign. Later on, the light is more brighter and shining, and after that, the breath and the light will be unified and look like the star, look like the motor car headlight, look like the torchlight, look like the diamond star, look like the ruby star will appear at the nose. This is called the counterpart sign, Patibhaga Nimitta. If meditator so meditates, as soon as when he concentrates on the breath, this light appear, and as long as this light appear, unifying with the breath, this counterpart sign, later on, meditator must concentrate on this counterpart sign, and he must try to enter the jhana, the first absorptions. If meditator is able to concentrate on this counterpart sign, and later on, he will experience, he will notice more calmer than, more peaceful than, more blissful than the concentrating on the breath. Later on, after that, so meditator must try to learn what are the 5 jhana factors. What are the 5 jhana is application thoughts, sustained thoughts, rapture, happiness, and one-pointness. So the definition and the names of the 5 jhana factor meditator must learn and by heart or keep in mind. After that, so meditator must develop the concentration, concentrating on the breath, and after concentrating on the breath, meditator will see the step by stage learning sign, and after that, meditator will attain the counterpart sign and try to concentrate counterpart sign as long as 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. After that, so by using this counterpart sign, meditator must see the bringing up mind clearness. Bringing up mind clearness is at the heart also. Meditator can see the brilliant and bright light is appearing. So this is called, according to our Buddha saying, Abhidhamma point of view, this is called the mind door. Why we see the mind door is jhana factor is arising not at the nose. Jhana factor is arising at this mind door. Because of that, so meditator must see that this counterpart sign and this mind door, bringing up mind clearness, seeing two together, and he must review and reflect these 5 jhana factors one by one. Application thought, the mind is applying onto that Pratibhaka Nimitta, that is application thought, Vitaka. The mind is sustaining on the Pratibhaka Nimitta, that is called the Vichara, sustained thoughts. While meditator is concentrating on the Pratibhaka Nimitta, he experiences the rapture or joy or blissful feeling. This is the piti. After that, when meditator is concentrating on the Pratibhaka Nimitta, his bodily and mentally is very calm and peace and happiness. This is the sukha. And also the mind is stuff up or calm and concentrate on the Pratibhaka Nimitta. This is called the one-pointness, ekagata. If meditator is review and reflect these 5 jhana factors one by one, so he can say, his experience, his attainment, his concentration is that this is the first absorption, first jhana. Like that way, he can develop his concentration step by step. After that, so with the teacher, he must develop step by step, first jhana to second jhana to third jhana. Like that way, so you can develop your concentration. So later on, I will stop here. And if you have any question, you can ask the questions before that this Dhamma section finish.
Yeah. Is the breath come in from the right nostril and come out on the left nostril? It is right? Is that right? Is the breath always come in on the right nostril?
Yeah.
And come out on the left nostril? Is that right?
No.
Or depend the mind put attention on the right nostril, and the mind the mind put attention on the right nostril, so always the right nostril come in on the right nostril and come out on the left. Is that right?
No.
Or depend the
only one side only. Only one side only, both breathing in and breathing out. Not one side is breathing in, not another side is not breathing out. Only one side only breathing in and breathing out. Because everybody within the 1 hour, one nostril only breathing, not 2 nostril breathing. Because of that, if you test like that way, you can notice one side only breathing easily and freely and clear. One side is blocked and stopped. That side is not breathing. Because of that, every human being's breathing one nostril only.
Because when I meditate, I concentrate on the breath. I always feel on only one side on the right nostril. Is it true?
Sure, of course. Right, yes.
Another question about when the breath short and I feel the breath from the nose,
Yeah.
and sometimes feel on the chest, and sometimes feel on the belly. Is that right?
But don't pay attention the chest or abdomen. Pay attention at the nose, trying to know your breath only. Don't pay attention the chest rising and falling or abdomen rising and falling. Otherwise, because of your attention move, so you cannot develop the Anapana meditations, mindfulness of breathing.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Hello. I was just curious, when you actually advance in meditation and you see light, what happens exactly? Is that like a blissful experience, or what is that light you actually see?
You mean? Please explain that.
Yeah. When you were saying when you advance in meditation, you see inner light.
Light.
Yeah. And what is that exactly like? What happens when with that experience? Is that like a blissful experience? Does the body, just what happens with that experience?
When meditator meditate, seeing the light is, so really my consideration is, because I need to explain the time. So next week only, I have to explain, but I will explain briefly. Because our body according to Abhidhamma point of views, our body is, scientifically is, body cell is composing our body. But according to our Buddha teaching, our body is composed made of the 4 types of the particles. What are the 4 types of particles? The first one is karma bonds particle. Because of past karma, produce bonds the particle in our whole body also. Another one is consciousness bond particles. The mind also produce the particle. That particle is consciousness bond particle. Another one also, our body has the temperature. Body temperature also produce the particle. That is temperature bond particle. And also, we eat the nutriments. This nutriment also change to the particle, and that is called the nutriment bond particles. So our body are composing the 4 types of particles. That particle is look like when you see the televisions, not now the present day televisions, the old television. So you see the images disappear in the screen, on the screen. The black and white dots rising and passing away. Do you remember the old television? In the same way, our body also, these 4 types of particles are making the body forms. So really, in the particles, there are 8 elements are exiting. What are the 8 elements? It's earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, smell, taste and nutriment. At least in the 1 element, 1 particles, 8 elements are exiting. So because the consciousness bond particle is wholesome mind also produce the particle, unwholesome mind also produce the particle, evil mind also produce the particle, good mind also produce the particle. The evil mind produce the particle is, the color is not bright and shiny, dark color. Wholesome mind, the beautiful mind, the good mind producing the particle is bright and shiny. Also, in the particle, that is the temperature. This temperature is produced the new generation one after another, depend on the body temperature, depend on our body consciousness, depend on the consciousness, depend on the wisdom. The consciousness bond particle is, it can spread one generation to another, internal to the external, near to far away. Because of that, when the meditator meditates, concentrate on the breath, because of his wholesome mind is produced the particle, and this particle is brighter and brighter, that bonds the new generation is internal to the external, spreading near to far away. Therefore, meditators see that this light. Really, this light is not Buddhist only, Christian or Muslim also, no? Even Mahayana also, they see that this light if they meditate. Because of that, because of concentration power, meditators see that this light, not any unseen being or not any creations. Hmm? Yeah. Terus tu meh pun apa tu? Yes, you can ask the question.
My name's Winston. You were saying about the lights. First time I did in Sydney, Blue Mountains,
Yeah.
Vipassana, the deep meditation, and I did experience lights, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It was coming through my body, and I thought I was going to be like a volcano. I had so much energy coming through my body, and it was going like shooting stars. Is that normal?
Normal, yeah. Because
I've
of
never got this
concentration.
experience in my whole life before.
Because of concentration power, yeah. Yeah. Because of our mental energy, you feel the light that's.
Sayadaw, could you please talk a little bit about our monastery in Pao?
អញ្ចឹងយ៉ាបងអង្គគុណណៃគួររមានសរណា
ngắm được chuyện gì bà đi
Nào được bà.
ngắm được chuyện gì bà đi phía
ផ្អើ
được việc bị bà phía đi phía ao lụp bà phía
ឧស្សាហ៍អចោណាផ្អើ meditation center really our meditation center is saturated in the Molamyai Monastery in the Myanmar. So my teacher teach that is around the 1978. So in the Molamyai, this Pao meditation center, and then firstly my teacher teach the 4 element meditations, because to practice the vipassana meditation, to realize these ultimate realities, so meditator must practice the 4 element meditation, because according to Abhidhamma saying, there are 4 ultimate reality: materiality, consciousness, mental factors, and the nibbana. As a Pali, rupa, citta, cittatika, and nibbana. To realize what is the nibbana elements, to develop and to practice the insight meditation, meditator must know thoroughly, systematically, the true nature of materiality, consciousness, and the mental factors, and also their characteristics of the rising and passing away nature. Because of oppressed by the rising and passing away, the characteristics of suffering, and because of no soul, no goal, no substance, no durable, the non-self characteristics. So the characteristics of these 3 ultimate reality, and then only meditator develop the insight meditation, and meditator can realize the element of the nibbana. Because of that, so to develop the vipassana meditation, basically meditator must practice the 4 element meditation. Because of that, the earlier day, my teacher teach the 4 element meditations. Later on only, because meditator, to practice the 4 element meditation, he have to learn the 12 characteristics of these 4 elements. Because of that, meditator needs the times. Therefore, because of some meditator, they cannot give the times. Therefore, my teacher introduced the Anapana meditation, mindfulness of meditation. After that only, if meditator give the time, if he can practice long times in the Pao center only, Sayadaw Ji teach step by step how to develop samatha meditation, calm meditation, how to develop vipassana meditation, insight meditation step by step. So because of that, so in our meditation center, Pa'au Center is, we teach systematically, thoroughly, according to the Abhidhamma Sangha, comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma, and also based on the Visuddhimagga, the part of the purifications. So therefore, if you like to practice Pa'au meditation method, you must give the times, 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, or then only you can know the whole process of samatha meditation, calm meditation, and vipassana meditation systematically, detailedly. Next week only, I will more explain detailedly why this light appear, and how to practice the vipassana meditations. So let us stop here. Sharing the merits. Ittavada ca amehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe buddha anumodantu sabbe satta anumodantu Sava Sambati Saidiya Irame Nyatina Hotu Sukhita Hontu Nyadayo Irame Nyatina Hotu Sukhita Hontu Nyadayo Irame Nyatina Hotu Sukhita Hontu Nyadayo Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Buddham Pujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Dhammam Pujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Sangham Pujemi Adha Imaya Patipatiya Jati Jara Vyati Maranama Parimongchesami Idame Punyam Asoekyam Wahanhotu Idame Punyam Nibbanasa Pichyo Hotu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabba Satanam Bhajimi Te Sabe Me Sama Punya Bhagam Labantu Sadhu 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 Bhavantu Sava Minglan Rekantu Sava Devata Sava Buddha Anubhavina Sarasukhi Bhavantu Te Bhavantu Sava Minglan Rekantu Sava Devata Sava Dhammanubhavina Sarasukhi Bhavantu Te Bhavantu Sava Minglan Rekantu Sava Devata Sabba Sanghanubhavina Sarasukhi Bhavantu Te.
Good evening, Dhamma brothers and sisters. I would like to invite you to come over to our monastery. Sayadaw is residing. He'll be here till the 18th of November for another 2 more weeks. So you are most welcome to come over and discuss any issues, anything you want to learn about his meditation, because from next week they will